I'm going to share with you 3 powerful, simple ways no one told you which you can use the RSI to make money. I'm not talking about the overbought, I'm not talking about the oversold. Everyone knows about that, and I personally don't believe that it works, right? So stick with me till the end, and I will show you exactly how I use the RSI correctly. And if you stick with me till the end, I'm gonna share with you the 4th bonus way which you can use the RSI to aid in managing your trades, right? So to make this method more profitable, more accurate, right, it's better if you have a price action point of view. If you have a general understanding of price action and market structure, just the understanding is enough, right? But if you don't have any of that, it's still okay. You can still use this strategy. But if you still want to learn about it, you can check out my previous videos in which I talked about market structure and price action, right? So we're going to be using 2 indicators, right? We're going to have a moving average on the main chart and the RSI on the indicator window, right? So this is what I'm talking about, this moving average, right? And the RSI on the what? On the bottom window, right? So that's what we are going to be using, right? So I want you to pay attention as I add these indicators, right? So let me just start by deleting everything so that we can add them all together, right? So firstly, on the main chart, we're going to be adding moving average. Period is going to be 50. Shift is 0. Method exponential, apply to close. Color I chose black, right? Click done, right? Then for the RSI, I want you to pay close attention because we are going to make several changes here, right? And take note of the levels that I'm going to use, right? So the RSI period is going to be 21. Apply to close. Style 2 pixel, color I chose blue, right? So then here levels, take note here, right? You can screenshot to just remember it by head, right? So here we're going to add level 40, right? And the description says still a buy, right? Level 50 and level 60 still a sell, right? Write this description down. So just take a screenshot of it, right? So that you don't mix the two, right? So now we are done setting up. Click done. Now we are done setting up our indicators, right? Should look something like this, right? So I'm going to show you 3 ways, 3 methods that you can, where you can, how you can use the RSI to make money, right? So I want you to pay close attention, right? And don't skip any part because there are some, the first method and the second method, they are quite similar. I don't want you to mix the two, right? I want you to know exactly when to enter and exactly how to use each of them separately. They are almost similar, but they are very different on if you are using them, right? So if you don't get this video right, if you don't understand it first, right, you can still replay the video and until you get it right. So if you are new to this channel, please subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll keep on posting new content, right? So the first method we're going to be, so for the first method only, we're going to be, for our entries, right, we're going to be using the 50 moving average on the main chart and the 50 level on the RSI window, right? Then for the second method, don't worry, I will get into exactly what I mean very soon, right? Then for the second method, we're going to be entering at the level 40, right? If the 50 moving average is broken, and if the 50 level is broken. So we're going to be using the level, that's when we're going to be using the levels 40 and 60. That's the second method. Then for the third method, we are going to be using trend lines, right? I will show you exactly what I mean by this, right? Yeah, very soon, right? So let me start by the first method, right? So for the first method, we're going to be using the 50 moving average, right? And the 50 level on the on the RSI window right here, right? So here, right? So what we want is, let's say we are looking for our sales, right? So if we are looking for our sales, right, I'm born boom 300 right now, right? So if we are looking for sales, as you can see right here, right, firstly the candlesticks must be below the 50 moving average right here, right? That's the first condition, right? Let me change this thickness, right, and this color, right? Okay. So firstly, if we are looking for sales, right, our candlesticks, right, must be below the black moving average, the 50 moving average, right? And for us to enter, and also RSI must be below the level 50, right? That's obviously, right? So for our entries, right, we're going to wait until the candlesticks pull back to the 50 moving average, right? That's when you start looking for our entries, right? When it goes back to the 50 moving average, right, like here, right, that's when we what, here, right, that's when we come to our RSI and check if the RSI is reached what, level 50 also, right. As you can see here, it reached what, level 50, right, created a small M like, right, if you zoom in, right. But all we want to see when the RSI comes back to the what, to the 50 level, right, we just want to see what, an A formation, right, just this cave, right, cave like that, right. When it comes back to the 50 level, right, as you can see here again, it pulls back to the what, to the 50 moving average, right. And on the RSI, it also forms it also reaches the level 50, and we want to see the RSI form what, this cave here. So we will be entering on the second or third what, candlestick there, right. So this strategy, you can use it on the 1 minute, on the M5, on the M15, but I personally use it on the M5 most of the time, because there are more entries, and the entries are more accurate, other than what, the 1 minute, right. So, and I'll get more pips, right. So that's what we'll be doing, using this strategy, right. So first is that's for the first what, method, right. Here candlesticks are below the 50 moving average. Pull back to the 50 EMA, right? And here we want to see the RSI form what, this cave right here. And here it also created what, an M, this M right here, right? That's also a powerful strategy, a powerful entry point, right? So that's what you'll be doing, right? So this is only for when the 50 EMA and the 50 level are being what, respected, right? Then for the second method that I want to share with you, we're going to look when the what? We're going to look when the 50 level is in 50 EMA and the 50 level aren't respected, right? So right here, like here, right? Or our candlesticks broke what, the 50 moving average, right? And our RSI broke the level what, 50, right? So here, that's when we'll be entering if the RSI forms what, this cave here on the level 60 exactly. This is for sales only. And if it's for buys, we want to the cave to form what, on the 40 level, right? So here, when it forms this what, cave right there, that's when we enter, which means we enter after the break of what, that support right there, as in where it was consolidating right there. So that's when we'll be entering, right? So that's the second method that I wanted to show you, right? As you can see, like here, right? This for buys, right? So here, the 50 moving average is broken, right? Then the candlesticks pull back to the sorry, the RSI goes to the level what, 40 here. You can enter there, right? So this is here when it forms what, this cave right here, and it comes back again here. You can also enter there. So that's the what? That's the second method that I wanted to share with you, right? Same as here, right? You can backtest this strategy as many times as you want, right? And if you didn't get me right on the firstly, right, you can you can replay this video to get it what, accurately, right. Here, pull back to the 50 EMA. This is for the first method, right. Pull back to the 50 level, right. Pull back to the 50 level here, right. You enter your buys, right. Then for the trend line method that I was talking about, right. So here we'll be drawing on. This is the third and final one, method that I'm going to be sharing with you, how to use the what, how to use the RSI. So most people don't know that. Most people just draw their trend lines on the what, on the main chart, right. But you actually can also actually draw your trend lines on the what, on the RSI, right, to get what, more accurate what, to get accurate signals, right. So let's say there isn't any what, support or resistance on the what, main chart, but you want any what, you want an entry, right. So like here, this is just for, so you can use it if for trend line support, trend line breakouts. You can use it just as you use what, trend lines on the what, on the main chart, right. So here I connected this point 1, 2, right here, right. And then when the RSI comes back to that level here, and it forms what, this small consolidation here. As you can see, there's a small consolidation right here, right. You enter your buy, right. And as you can see, the market had already what, broken structure here. Let me show you, right. So there was a breaking market structure here. When the market breaks what, the structure, so this resistance here becomes a what, a support. When the market comes back there, you enter what. So this RSI here is just a further confirmation of what, we've already what we would have already seen, right? What we do to just to confirm what the trend, right? And as you can see here, we can also use the RSI one for breakouts, right? So here it tested 1, 2, 3. This time it didn't reach, but it still went up, right? But here when it gets what broken, right? You can enter your there's a breakout and a small retest right there, right? So you can also enter your sales for the opposite direction. So this is quite simple, right? And you can also use this strategy for sorry for let me for breakout and retest, right? Let me show you right here, right? If you connect these two eyes here, just use it exactly how you use what the trend line on the main chart, right? So here, right, we connect what these 2 points right there, right? This point, sorry, this point and this point right there, right? And when the candlesticks pull back to the when the RSI pulls back to this to this level, we enter your buys, right? So that's how simple the strategy is, right? Here you can also so you can enter either if you're entering for ticks, right? You can enter on the simple breakout, right? You don't have to wait for a retest, right? But if you want to catch spikes, I encourage you that you wait for a retest, right? You can draw a trend line right here, right? Right here. There's a breakout there, sorry, breakout here. You can enter, right? And there's also a retest right there. You can enter again. Then for the fourth method, for those who stuck with me till the end, right, for the bonus method that I was talking about, is just divergence, right? You can also use divergence for your exits or for your entries, right? So right here, divergence is just showing that the market is showing other direction and the main chart is showing what another direction. Here the RSI is creating what lower lows, right? And on the main chart they are creating what higher highs. So this is the divergence I was talking about. So if you're in your buys, right, if you see divergence, you can exit, right? Or you'll be you certain you trade cautiously because you know there's divergence, and yes, there's also what hidden divergence here. This is almost the same level, but this is creating lower lows. You can also enter more sales when the market pulls back to the 50 moving average. So that's it for this video. I'm thinking I will post more about divergence for those who want to know more.